Hello, Virgo rising. This is TESA. You're watching my channel. Welcome to your February 2021 astrology and tarot reading. Before I get into the planetary transits that are going to be in effect through your houses for February 2021, just a couple of quick announcements. I have been working on my website, my TESA TABOO website. Where it's just like a bunch of different information. I talk about my YouTube channel, my Instagram, why I started doing all of this, and I also started a blog, so I'm almost done with the website. I'm just kind of dealing with some last minute technical difficulties because I'm having some trouble with the blog layout of this particular website and how they have it set up. So I just have to figure that out. But I do have my first blog post, which is going to be tarot scope for all the zodiac signs for February. So that's ready to go. I just have to figure out the logistics of the blog. So once I figure that out, hopefully it's going to be before February. And I can get that out, and then I can have a Facebook page and start doing that and just kind of start building this slowly. So that is what I've been working on. So hopefully that'll come soon. I also got this new t-shirt. It says Pink Freud. I've always considered myself a Freudian. Well, when I used to study psychology in college before I quit. And I was always a Freudian. I'm interested in the unconscious and the id and the deepest, darkest things that we are driven by, okay? And I know that our culture likes Jung and Jungian concepts, and I'm all about it. I mean, tarot is such a, especially the major arcana, that's such a good reflection of Jungian psychology and theory with the archetypes and the collective consciousness and things like that. But I like to get to the depths of things. I like to get to the root, possibly, of issues, the root of things. You can blame it on my Scorpio moon if you want, but yeah, and tarot allows for that as well. Tarot allows us to kind of get into the subconscious, to get into some of the energies that are going on around us that we are not completely aware of, that we do not see all the time. Okay, so they do work together. I think that both Freud and Jung were a huge influence and kickstarters of psychology and all of that. So, yeah, but Pink Freud. That's my shirt. So we're going to go ahead and get into the astrology portion of this before we do the oracle and tarot reading. So I'm just going to go over the current transits. Currently we have the sun in Aquarius. The moon is currently in Cancer. Mercury is in Aquarius. Venus is currently in Capricorn, moving into Aquarius February 1st. Mars is in Taurus. Saturn and Jupiter are in Aquarius. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is in Pisces, and Pluto is in Capricorn, okay? And then moving into February, we have Venus moving into Aquarius on the 1st. We're going to have a new moon in Aquarius on February 11th. February 11th is going to be some really intense Aquarius energy. There's going to be 6 planets in Aquarius on February 11th, okay? So that's going to be really interesting. And then we have the sun moving into Pisces on February 18th. Venus moving into Pisces on February 25th. And we're going to have a full moon in Virgo on the 27th, okay? Okay, so what does this mean for you? All right, so we're going to get into the different areas of your life, the houses that these energies are taking place in. So starting with the biggest energies that are taking place, it's going to be Aquarius, okay? And Aquarius is transiting in your 6th house, and this is the house that originally that's ruled by Virgo. So this is the house of, you know, everyday routines, your health, just the daily practicalities of life, whether it's at work or at home, wherever you spend most of your time, just kind of like the details of the everyday, okay? And with this Aquarius energy transiting in your 6th house, and with you being a Virgo rising, you are probably feeling a lot of mental activity. You're probably you're probably just kind of like you could be a little extra anxious right now. You know, you might feel like you need to be doing more. You need to be doing a lot of different things. You know, you probably have lots of ideas, and then putting those ideas into practical everyday kind of reality and routines. So those could be kind of some of the challenges. Also, just communicating some of those intellectual processes. I feel like your mind is very active. It's very active. It's very triggered. It's very like, it's just kind of like firing off. Okay, this is kind of how I am envisioning your mind, because you're ruled by, with you being a Virgo rising, your chart ruler is Mercury. Mercury is currently in Aquarius. Aquarius is like this, is known to be the higher octave of Mercury. It's like genius energy. It's very like innovative, very like firing of the mental processes and nervous system and stuff like that. So you could be coming up with some really like ingenious ideas at work, or just you know, you could really just, if you do have a job, if you are working with the public currently, you could just be very very triggered in this area, okay? But there's also definitely like a bit of restriction in that as well. Like you're really coming face to face with some of your limitations. You know, you're coming face to face, realizing what you can and cannot do, and it could be causing maybe just like a little bit of friction. And then if you don't have a regular job, or if you're working from home, or if you're not working right now, it could just be kind of like in your daily routines, just kind of like you know, kind of being a little anxious around the house, or with what you are gonna be doing, like overthinking things, like maybe about the future, you know, maybe like overthinking about the future, and where like everything is headed. Okay, so that's kind of the main gist of the bigger energies. Looking at some of the other important energies, we have Mars and Uranus in Taurus, and that's in your 9th house of long distance travel, higher learning, philosophy, teaching, your belief system. So you might be thinking about taking a trip this year, maybe later on in the year. There is a kind of revolutionizing. There is kind of a need, like a I feel like your higher mind and your higher consciousness wants you to bring this energy of like daily mental activity into just like a higher state of awareness, so you're not so so you don't have so much anxiety, so you're not so stressed out, so you're not overthinking about things. I feel like it wants you to bring things into a higher state of consciousness. This Mars and Uranus, it's like pushing you to go there and to start thinking about just your stability, okay, your financial stability, to start evaluating that and really having a higher perspective on where you stand and where you're at with all of that. And it'll allow you to gain a higher perspective, so you're not so like bogged down in the details. Yeah, so you're not so bogged down in the details. Like having it's like good to be in the details, but it'll drive you crazy if you're not able to just kind of like objectify it and look from a higher perspective at what you're doing. Okay, like what's the main goal? What is the main goal? And then, so step back to take a look at that and then re-enter that energy of like daily routines and stuff like that. And it'll be a little bit more refined and sophisticated. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and approach it from like a place of beauty. Okay, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. So like approach it from a place of love and compassion and beauty, and have compassion for yourself. Okay, so moving on to Neptune in Pisces. This is in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. So if you are in a relationship with an individual or in a partnership of some kind, I feel like maybe this is going like good for you, like things are smooth, like you guys are in your own little dream world. Maybe like let that inspire you. I feel this more as like a natural energy. This whole Neptune and Pisces transit that we've had going on for a while, I feel like this energy is not as potent. It's not as in your face, because Pisces is a mutable sign, and with it being in its home sign of Neptune, it is a very dreamy, it's a very fluid, and it's a very boundless kind of energy. So when there's no boundaries, there's just like a natural sense of connection. There's like a natural current that's going on underneath the layers, underneath the surface with all of us, with everybody, with the collective. There's a collective kind of energy that is pushing us forward, and that is breaking down boundaries for us without us even really realizing it. So with this being in your 7th house, it's just kind of like this natural process of connection with your partner, and also with partnerships outside of the home, outside of romance, partnerships in terms of like business, things like that. So there's just kind of like a natural undertaking that's in a state of kind of flux, so that's what's going on there. And then we have Pluto in Capricorn, and this is in your 5th house of creativity, romance, children. So this is just like a transformation. This is a death and a rebirth of, career. Okay. If you lost a job, or if you're starting a new business, it's probably going to take the form of something that's more creative, that's a little bit more focused on your personal views of like excitement, and fun. It could be working with children. It could be, or there's some kind of change in your romantic life. If you're not in a relationship, it could be like a change in your romantic life. Okay, so this is the astrology that we have. Okay, and then I guess briefly I could touch on the moons. So on February 1st, the moon is going to be in Libra. Okay. And that's in your 2nd house. So just kind of finding balance. Yeah, so that's going to be kicking off the month. It's going to be a really, really good way for you to focus on finding balance with that feeling of like your higher mind, like finding a balance between your higher ideals and your higher visions and the daily routines that you need to get through. And then in the 1st house, we have a full moon in Virgo, and that's going to be on February 27th. So this full moon in your 1st house, by the end of February, could be really, really intense. It could trigger you to feel like, I don't know, to feel very, very ambitious. Very ambitious about your dreams, okay? And your higher ideals. Your higher ideals. Okay, so that's astrology. Let's pull 3 oracle cards. I'm using Enchanted Map Oracle. Okay, we have encouragement. Okay, so if you are in a relationship, if you are living with a partner, I definitely see this as a lot of love, education. You have a lot of support. You have love and support for this whole process that you're going through. Okay, education. Yeah, this education is all about that 9th house energy that I was talking about getting in touch with your higher mind. Whether you have to like open a book and just kind of like teach yourself some things just to gain some perspective, you know, just to kind of look at things from a higher understanding, you know, to do something so you're not just kind of like fiddling your thumbs day in and day out. This is you like really taking the necessary steps towards achieving that place of like mental peace and mental just clarity. Okay. Education, and then coming to life. Okay. So you can achieve the things that you want to achieve, so you can get to where you want to get to. Okay, so I'm using Tarot of the Divine. Let's get tarot cards out. So this coming to life, yeah, this is just about taking that dream, and bringing it to life. Bringing it to life. You know, gaining that higher perspective that you need. Educating yourself. Kind of revolutionizing your mind, and then bringing it to life through you, bringing that energy into your daily focus, into your daily routines, so you're not just like so stressed out with the everyday mundane like little details, and actually now you have purpose. Now you're doing the things that you need to do with purpose. Okay. All right, so let's pull tarot cards. So I'm going to pull 6 tarot cards and then talk about them, and then I'll pull a 7th card at the end. Okay. All right, so we have 3 of Cups, Mercury in Cancer. The 3 of Wands, Sun in Aries. 2 of Swords, Moon in Libra. Ace of Swords. This is going to be air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The High Priestess. This is the Moon. Six of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. Okay, and then I'll pull a final card for the end. Okay. So we have 2 3 cards over here. So this is like a working together. 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords, the High Priestess. Okay, so let's see where these are falling in your chart. Okay, so you have Cancer in your 11th house. Okay, so communicating communicating with other people about your bigger ideas and bigger visions. This is like a celebration of some kind where you can, where you feel a joy in talking about this. Okay, whatever this idea or this vision is that you have, maybe like talk about it with others. Talk about it with others. They could actually help with this this card of education. They could help you gain higher perspective. They could give you some insight. They can give you some advice that maybe you haven't thought of before. Okay, if that makes sense. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like suddenly playing with my hair like this, but so there could be some people in your circle, some friends, some relationships that can kind of help you gain higher perspective. And then with the Three of Wands, Sun in Aries, that's your 8th house. Yeah, there's some kind of waiting here. Like you're climbing. Yeah, this is you really pushing to see that higher perspective. It's like your unconscious is pushing you to see something from a higher perspective, so you're not so bogged down in like the everyday details of it. Okay. Making a decision. So in the beginning of the month, I feel like right around February 1st, there is going to be like your intuition is going to be pushing you to make some kind of choice. It could be in regards to something for your future, some plan that you have for the year. You're really going to be thinking very deeply, but you're going to need more information. This is a beginning in an idea. So you're going to figure out, okay, so your intuition is pushing you to make some kind of decision. And then once it really like creates this, it becomes this potent element in your head, and you're very, very clear on your vision and what it is that you need and what it is that you want. You're going to be using your intuition to get there. You're going to be using your intuition to get there. Okay, you're going to be guided. Okay, so this is definitely like a spirit guide, or like I'm feeling this is like it could be an ancestor, it could be some kind of energy that is like it's showing you. It's like showing you the way. It's showing you the way because with the Six of Swords over here, Mercury and Aquarius, it's showing you how to, it's like pushing you towards communication. It's pushing you towards higher perspectives, higher learnings, information that you didn't maybe know before. Information but not even like information that makes you feel like stressed out, just like a calming kind of energy, something that will bring you peace and calm. Okay, it's kind of like movement. movement towards a calmer state of being, movement towards a more balanced and it's kind of like this inner knowing. It's kind of like knowing that you don't have to do all the things that you're doing and you can still get to where you want to be. Okay, it's kind of like this understanding that you can just like sit in your boat and you can calmly, with your heart and with your emotions and with like the love that you have for this project or this endeavor, go about your routines in this manner and feel so much better about it, and it's like, and get out of your mind. Page of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just like allowing love and compassion, allowing yourself to receive love and compassion, allowing yourself to receive affection and just like beautiful energy that will bring you peace and calm, so you won't be overthinking and you won't be like overdoing it. You know, it'll bring you back to a place of, okay, I'm just gonna feel this out and go with the flow. And I'm just gonna like learn as I go. I'm just gonna learn as I go. I'm not gonna stress out too much. Now I know what I want. I have a higher perspective. I have a higher vision. I know what I need to do in my everyday details. I know what I need to like do, and now I can just kind of like follow my heart and just let my heart guide me. That's kind of like the energy that is going on there. So Virgo, this is your reading. I hope it helped. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.